Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I decided to keep up the backdrop for George Floyd today for Memorial Day. He lost his life 5 years ago, um, May 25th, 2020, on Memorial Day. And since that time, I have repurposed how I recognize the day. I'll put it that way. Because at that time, on that day, before I recognized or even saw that the George Floyd killing was being videotaped. And by the way, I did a post of the young lady. She's a young lady now, but she was a teenager then, Darnella Frazier, just yesterday. And I'll drop that in the description box and discussing and talking about her bravery and courage to even take the action and pull out her smartphone and make a smart move. I'll drop that in the description box. Today, I'm talking about how and why I decided to repurpose Memorial Day in its entirety and probably for the rest of my life. I won't revert back. The reason is right before that, an artist friend of mine who's a very conscious guy, he also had served in the military too. And he alerted me that the Memorial Day was created by Black soldiers. I didn't know that. Black soldiers created the day because they were not recognized as white soldiers as far as their memorial. So Black soldiers began to do a parade in their hometowns, and they would march in the street with either name banners or some type of recognition of their fellow soldiers who had lost their lives um, in the military. And turns out that the broader scope of America, I'll say, learned about that and thought it was a great idea. And of course, they stole it, which is what they do. They steal all of our great ideas. But there we go. I don't want to be sarcastic, but I'm being sarcastic. I got to. It is what it is. When I learned that, I said, my goodness, how much more of this, how many more facts are there that it's just going to blow my mind? I mean, my mind just needs to stay. I need to keep the mind I have. My mind is a terrible thing to waste, but just don't expand it with this consciousness no more because this is nonsense, I told my artist friend. But nonetheless, I was shocked by that. A couple of hours later, I was shocked with the rest of the world at watching, actually feeling that I was witnessing a murder happen right before my very eyes in the loss of life for George Floyd. And the piercing calling for his mom, it still rings right now. I mean, the piercing, the sadness, and all the things that went with it, also on Memorial Day. So by the end of that day, 5 years ago, I decided I'm going to repurpose the day for myself. Now, careful to say that because there's many military men in my own family. I respect the military and what the day is truly about. But I also reckon, and I don't take away from that, not at all. My own dad, my grandfather, if people I have dated, my god brother, all of so I'm not taking from that. But for me, in my mindset, I have to be able to repurpose it now. And I've repurposed it to include the loss of life by any Black person, particularly a Black male, by a police officer, as of George Floyd's day. Because here's the truth of the matter. They use military warfare on our Black men. They shoot to kill quicker than anyone else. The numbers are astounding. Okay? That's the reality of it. It's almost as if they're military against Black men, against Black people. So I include that because here's the fact of the matter. Now, I pulled them because I don't recall off the top of my head. Here we go. In the United States, data regarding fatal police shootings reveal significant racial disparities, and particularly twice the number of Black individuals killed by police than any other race, and particularly whites. There was a 2024 report alone that mapped out police violence, which at least 1,365 people were killed by police, and Black individuals were 3 times more likely than any others killed. Now, how can that be? Except that the bias in your heart makes you target them. Except that you find them to be a threat unnecessarily. Except that your mindset feels that your only option is to kill. Except for the fact that you pull them up, pull them out, pull them away with that intention the moment you're in contact with them. It's a trained mind. It's a reaction. It's a reaction. Such to the point where peace officers isn't even a term we use anymore. There's not been peace in the Black community. And when there is, you disturb it. You disturb it. And that's why I repurposed it. Because Black men have been an unrealistic threat for no reason other than they're Black men. Now this is disturbing to the soul. That there has to be a talk to Black boys at the age that they can understand that they're an endangered species. Why do they have to be an endangered species in their homeland and then go fight in the military for that very homeland? And my point of view is the problem? No, my point of view is the truth. Because I have the temerity to tell the truth, doesn't mean you get away with continuing to do what you do. That is the problem in this country. There hasn't been enough action against it. Because what we say, and I respectfully stop this whole nonsense about keep hope alive. Hope is a noun. Respectfully, don't do it. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. But hope is a noun. That does not give the action to make things stop. Keep the faith. Faith is a noun. There's no action in faith. Just believe it's going to change. Stop that nonsense. Believe is a noun. There's no action in a noun. There's no action. This is what I mean when so many times, and my channel isn't even dedicated specifically about race relations, but I see that because this country has not made any forward progress towards the understanding of Black culture. And we are always having to pivot back around and change back around to help you understand it, only that you go further back. It's this nonsense. So you have to have the temerity of truth to say what a thing really is. And what a thing really is, it is your locked mindset. And even adapting that to some of us Blacks by cute little sayings like keep hope alive and keep the faith. And oh, that sounds so sweet. But you know what? I'm tired of that. Personally, I am tired of the phrase, slogans are not solutions. Phrases don't push you forward. Okay? Phrases don't push forward progress. Slogans are not solutions. Belief is not an adjusted, woke, conscious mindset. Belief is nothing, it's a noun. Faith is a noun. Hope is a noun. Okay? Is all I'm saying. There needs to be a committed, fervor effort by which you dare kill a Black man and think you can get away with it. Such to the fact you wouldn't even think it, because it's in their mind to do it. And they action. How do you kill somebody in an error? I've heard even some of the transcripts. Now, I'm going to have to stop reading the transcripts because this is nonsense. That they say, I thought my gun was a taser. How did you think your gun was a taser? Okay? How did you think your gun was a taser? You excusify everything. You lieify everything. You testify, and that's a lie. It's just unbelievable. The degree by which a person will go to save their skin, even though they know they're a liar. Find the temerity to call a thing a thing. Now, you see this energy? I don't like it. I don't like the energy. I like to be effective. I'm being effective. Okay, I'm being effective. This energy is justified. Okay, stop the nonsense. Black men, here's the thing. Let me tell you the truth about Black men. And boy, don't I know I'm like an encyclopedia. Ooh, I know that Black man. Let me tell you about the Black man. Dear white people, those of you who think it ain't, because trust and believe, most of my friends, here's the thing, I got my nerves because most of my friends are white people. But we're not that. The ones that's not like us. There's plenty that are like us. Okay, they get us, I'm talking about the colonizer mindset. Let me tell you about Black men. They are kings. They are royal. They are kings. They're great fathers. They're great lovers. And I don't just mean love, but they're great lovers. They are strength. They're a commodity. Now, I'm talking about just the Black male. I'm talking about the essence of a Black man. They are a commodity. They're a rare breed. They're a precious stone. They are a jewel to our culture. And that's why you're so threatened, okay? So keep your hands off our men, respectfully. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. And every Black man that's watching this, I'm going to tell you now, we love you. I don't care if they wrongfully have you in prison right now to this day. We love you, and your mind is still free. Your mind is still free. They can never take our minds, and that's the problem. Even white people are waking up to it. So trust and believe. The Avengers are appearing in behalf of Black men. And let it be so. From my words to the universe's heart and beyond. And I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click share, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.